Not only is she back on tour, she's a champion again. Yeah! The legend. Here's Shannon O'Keefe. Incredible. What a moment for Shannon O'Keefe. right, folks, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fern Valley Strike and Spare. You can probably hear us now, and that makes you feel much better. Emil Williams Jr. here with you. Round of 32 underway here at Fern Valley. CT Rahman, your leader, coming into today. She led after round 1 and 2. Lost the lead for a little bit in round 2, regained it at I believe in the final game, as Esther Chi, her Malaysian teammate, had the lead, held the lead for a few games. Watching 35 and 36 at the moment. Sandra Gora, Liz Johnson, and Brianna Cote. I see a 2-8-10 there for SG. We'll also have Verity Crawley, Natalie Goodman, and Sydney Brummett. They're on 37 and 38. And on 33 and 34, Liz Colkin, Shannon O'Keefe, and Sabrina Divas. You can find the results, of course, pwba.com/live or pwba.com. Straight to the homepage. Get the round of, qualifying rounds 1 and 2. You can check out what took place. A lot of high scores, especially in round number 1. Scores came down a touch in round number 2. Sabrina making her first round of 32 cut of the season, although of course she's only bowled 2 events. Her season started last week in East Hartford. See Shannon O'Keefe. Rahman led with plus 567. Aaron McCarthy, Esther Chi tied for second, just 6 pins behind City at plus 561. Jordan Richard made a nice run yesterday as well. She had the highest 8-game block of the day. 1896 for 8 games to get to plus 508 after shooting 1812. In round number 1, Danielle McEwen rounded out the top 5 at plus 492. Take a peek over at 37 and 38. Sydney Brummett. Sid qualifying 15th, plus 383. Natalie Goodman. Very nice run yesterday as well. Just kind of quietly stayed under the radar for a little bit. Very consistent blocks of 1770, plus 170, plus 129 in round number 2. To get in the round of 32 at 25th place. So, of course, today's number they're looking at is 12th. We get to the round of 12 right now. That number is plus 406, an average of 225.38. All right, folks, just was trying to see if I could do anything with the scoreboard here on 33 and 34. But it looks like there's not much I can do. It's a little, just the way the camera is shooting it. And the way the screen is as is. Nonetheless, you can see it a little bit. So, apologize on that, but not much more we can do. A good shot there, Natalie Goodman. Nearly complete here, game 1, round of 32. Everyone gives way to one another. Wow. Cote with some little room there. A little room to work with. Well, it looks like the actual scoreboard themselves. Some of the bottoms just slightly cut off. All right, not that much. Get a look at the fill shot for Liz Colkin. Nice game to open this round. 244. Just about every pair now heading to the new pair for game number 2. Sydney Brumman will have the final shot of game 1. That's a good one. .237, looks like. All right, there it is. You see on the screen, 237. As we head to game number 2. Eight games around of 32. We'll head to the top 12. The cut, of course, after this, we'll head to the round of 12 for 6 additional games prior to the stepladder finals, of course, this evening at 5 p.m. All right, Diana Zavjalova, Jordan Richard, and Aaron McCarthy are off and running here in game number 2. And that's where we will begin. Maria Jose Rodriguez, Giselle Post, and Danielle McEwen, Stephanie Johnson, Jane Sin, and I'll tell you in just a second. Casey Landers over on 37 and 38. Pretty good scoring pace so far across the board. Question will be if round one plays, or today plays like round one or round two. Could be neither. You know, it tends to play a little different each round. Less players, of course. We had 5 on a pair for the most part. A couple pairs had 4 players yesterday. 44 lanes here in Fern Valley, strike and spare. A good look at 35 and 36. Hugh and Giselle Poss, who was on the bubble last night, ended up tying for 30th at plus 284 to sneak in. Pin there for Giselle. It doesn't seem to be, at least so far, it doesn't look to have that same look as round one did. I'm talking overall. Now, certain players right now are making them look the way they have all week so far. One of those players is Jordan Richard, and we'll show you that in just a second. Round one seemed like there was just kind of a free hook where you could play anywhere, be comfortable, and be confident in getting ball back to the 1-3 or the 1-2. Had a few lefties in the top 32 as well today. Trisha Reed, Shannon Pluhowski, Natalie Goodman, Shannon Pluhowski had just said her, Natalie Goodman, Amanda Fry. I feel I'm missing one. So certainly weren't short on being able to get the ball to the pocket. Erin McCarthy has taken the lead after one game, opening with 2:56 this morning. And here she is, trying to take care of the old 2-8. She's out in front by 8 pins in front of Esther Chi at plus 609. CT Raman shot 224 to get to plus 591. Danielle McEwen is fourth at plus 536. Cindy Jean now moving into the top 5 at plus 514 after a 258 game. Jordan Richards sixth at plus 502. Here's Jordan Richard with the front 5. Make it 6. Maria Jose Rodriguez 7th at plus 491. Stephanie Johnson is 8th, plus 479. Liz Colkin 9th at plus 454. Brandy Branca is 10th at plus 449. Dasha Kovalova 11th at plus 438. And Sydney Brummett is 12th at plus 420. Diana is 25th at the moment, plus 320. Last week we saw Rocio Restrepo make a nice run from barely making the top 32 to finishing just shy of making the cut to the top 12. She ended up finishing 14th. So runs can be made, and it certainly can be done if you qualify in a lower position. I do think the pattern is conducive to that type of run. That's been shown. You'll just have to navigate the differences, of course, from each round. Jordan Richard looking for 7 in a row. Wow. Jay Rich. I'm sure people have called her that already, but I called her that last night. I said, hey, great bowling, Jay Rich. She said, thank you. So she didn't say don't say Jay Rich, so I'm going to keep saying it. Quick look at Jane Sin. Spare made there from Diana. Sidney Jane, it's the first strike for Jane here, the first 5 frames. Casey Landers, front 3, spare. Still with 260 available. Erin McCarthy. A touch high, and she leaves a 4-pin. Appreciate everyone joining us. A couple Live Now posts available, one on Facebook, one on Twitter. Please say hello as you always do. Look forward to hearing from you. Nice shot there from Diana. There's Danielle on 35 and 36. D-Mac shot 299 yesterday. That one is in. I don't think she threw that ball yesterday, but certainly didn't watch her every single game. Did see her throw that ball last week, I think. If it's the same exact ball, but it's got to be, it's definitely similar. Remember it. We talked about it a little bit last week. Here's Giselle Poss. See some of the subtle differences if you recall watching Giselle last night, of course. She was in between 4th and 5th arrow at that point, but it was later in the block. Richard. Oh, gets a late love tap on the 7 on the sidewall there. And she has the front 8. There have been 2 300 games. Verity Crawley and Olivia Sandham. There have been 2 299 games. Dasha Kovalova and Danielle McEwen. All during qualifying. I feel that one of those happened in round 2, but at least 3 of those scores were definitely in round 1. While we wait, let's take a look at McEwen. Didn't like the last shot on the right lane. That's a better shot, certainly. Lee Jane now with 3 in a row after not striking through the first 4 frames. Steph J set to corral this 10-pin here. Let's give you a look at the scoreboard. Steph letter C, Lee Jane is letter B, and Casey Landers is letter A here on 37 and 38. All right, quickly over to Jordan Richard. She has the front 8. Get you back to Casey here in a second. And both not with the best shots here, but one that results in certainly what you would not want to see. That's Casey Landers, 245 for Jordan Richard. Will the pin bounce today? It will not, as McCarthy strikes. Danielle may have missed a little right. Didn't see it off camera, but certainly wasn't that much. Yikes. And the old 8-10 there for Zinley Jane. Boy, that's all you can do, really. It's just so, yep, okay. Say a few words. Here's Stephanie Johnson. Nice shot. All right, Richard made the spare, and now 10th frame. She's going to be in the 260s. You can look at Casey Landers, the young rook. 9th frame. Usually from Southern California. Now living in New York. Western New York. Good shot. Maria Jose Rodriguez with 5 in a row. She too can get to the 270 plus range, of course. And oh my. Well. Jordan Richard struck again. Will strike to get to 277. Giselle. Now to Jane Sin. Back on it. Giselle shoots 214. Sin rebounding after the open in the 8th frame. Richard. Take a look at a different ball here on the fill shot. It hooks a lot. He'll probably go back in the bag. 274. Landers will go first. Maria got one just away from her a little bit. Got right, leaves a 245. That's got to hook a lot. And just a 4-pin as Zavyalova strikes over on 33 and 34. McEwen. High flush. Still doesn't look to be too happy with what's happening on the lanes for her at the moment. First shot in the 10th, very good for Steph. High flush. Aaron McCarthy. First strike in the 10th is good. You saw it just to the left side of your screen. It takes care of business. She'll shoot 266. So just within our couple pairs here, we've got 274, 266. That's a good shot I think she'll be happy with. You can tell just kind of like a sigh of relief, like, okay, finally threw one the way I wanted to. 4 in a row for Steph J. So we await the Casey Landers fill shot. Casey went to the bag. She did a good job of keeping her frustrations in. Probably saw it and she kept it in there. She didn't throw it good, and so she couldn't get the read that she needed or wanted. All right, Jane Sin will finish things out here in game number 2. That's Dasha Kovalova to your right over on 39. Stephanie Johnson with another fill shot here. Last couple shots on the left lane for Lee Jane have been 8-10, and that one barely wanted to roll to the 1-3. Steph J, different look. Nice game from Steph with a rebound, a couple opens in frames 1 and 3. Shoots 216. Yeah, that left lane might have been going there for Lee Jane. Good opportunity for her to get off that pair and move on. 201 for Jane Sin. And folks, we are on the road to Richmond. So far, players who have earned spots: Josie Barnes winning the East Hartford Open last week. Danielle McEwen won the Fountain Valley Open. Third event of the first swing on the West Coast. Shannon O'Keefe, of course, she won the USBC Queens, but had already claimed a spot, an invitation, by winning the Sonoma County Open. And Shayna Ung of Singapore won the season opening event. So who will it be this week? If either of those players that I just named, of course, are a winner, well, that's one more spot for someone down the road to come from the points list. Champions on the tour receive automatic invitations. You can choose to not accept your invite to the Tour Championship. But if you win a title, you do receive an automatic invitation. As Tania Moore, Esther Chia, and I believe City bowl together here on 35 and 36. And then the rest of the field is determined by the points list, PWBA points list. So let's say when we get to the Players' Championship, for example, in August, which is the final regular season event this year, depending on how many champions already have invitations, of course, how many people have won multiple titles, of course, that plays a role. Someone like Shannon O'Keefe, who already has 2 wins. Again, that's an extra spot for someone late in the points list. So when you get down to someone who may be in the 13th, 14th range, that's where those spots really come into play. Tania Moore, new mom, out here working hard too. I like to see her back out. This is not her first event of the season. But talking to players who have gone through exactly now what she has gone through and is going through. Parenthood, players like, of course, Stephanie, new mom Missy Parkin, for example. A lot that goes into, obviously, becoming a parent, certainly, and then getting back to the level of which that you were at athletically. And so being on tour kind of gives me that, not that I didn't have admiration for that before, but now I get to kind of see it a little up close and then get to talk with players about their experiences, and that really gives you a different outlook on parenthood. Shannon Pluhowski, same thing. Megan Kelly. What you have to do to make sure you're ready to go. Of course, make sure your child, your significant other is all good to go as well. Taking care of things at home in many cases. Speaking of Shannon Pluhowski, we'll get a look at Shannon and Amanda Fry bowling together. Let's take a look at Amanda. Two lefties will bowl together here in the round of 32. Pluhowski finished last night and 21st at plus 326. She leaves a 7-pin there. Look at Jordan Richard. That cross has moved to 37 and 38. Richard, McCarthy, and Zavyalova. Those are three players who can certainly make the ball make left turns. They all do it in different ways. Wow. Amazing what Malaysia has done, and just eye-opening in a sense of it's kind of like basketball where you got used to the dream team, for example, and really not paying attention to sports in other countries until you get to, nice spare there for Jordan, until you get to an international competition, whether it's the Olympics, a FIBA event, a World Cup type of event. And, the United States for a long time thought well, there's really no one else that could beat us out there, so we're going to be good. Then all of a sudden, Spain and Argentina, Lithuania, and other countries started not only to contend in international competition, but beat the United States, and that forced some different ways of thinking and how their teams are constructed. Now, certainly not saying that about the U.S. here at all in regards to bowling, but just the sense of, you know, if you're not in it and you never really get a chance to see what's beyond the country in regards to athletics, then you would be mistaken to think that the rest of the world in regards to bowling is not very good. The PWBA Tour and the PBA Tour, for that matter, have been great at allowing you as a fan to be able to understand, to be able to take in and see different countries and styles and who's great in their respective areas of the world. Tour has always been an international tour. Players coming over, for example, Carol Giannotti from Australia. But as of late, since the relaunch, Singapore, Malaysia have certainly stood out, as well as Sweden. And then that's not to dismiss or forget about other countries such as Colombia, Mexico. Those are players that you consistently see, and I think that's kind of part of it as well. You see Clara all the time, so you get used to seeing her compete here in the United States because she lives here. You see Sandra compete all the time, but you get used to it because she lives here. No one had seen New Wave Finn, for example. And I say no one as in the majority of the common fan. No one had seen C.T. Robin or Sin Lee Jane. Some people saw Jazrael Tan of Singapore, again, because she went to school. She went to college here in the United States. Same could be said. Shayna Ung made a Queens show very early. It was the Queens of the U.S. Women's Open. I think it was the Queens. And the battle on the world front in bowling now is so competitive. Malaysia won the gold medal at the World Championships in Vegas. Nice three-bagger here for Shannon. Keep it here for a second. Amanda Fry, 7-pin for the former Vanderbilt Commodore. 3 Commodores in the field this week, or in the round of 32, I should say. Natalie Goodman, Amanda Fry, Josie Barnes. 7-pin nearly didn't want to fall for Esther. And back over to the southpaw pair here. Uh-oh. There's one country that I would like to see come on over to bowl a little bit on the PWBA Tour, and that would be Korea. They're extremely good as well. Saw Indonesia, for example, come on out. Very talented group there as well. But again, you know, if you're not part of the international scene or haven't seen an international event or know what's going on across the country, or excuse me, around the world, you just won't know what's going on. You won't know how good some of these players are. So in a way, thankful for many reasons, obviously, the tour being here, Professional Women's Bowling Association and the Professional Bowlers Association, the PBA Tour, but just giving us, again, that avenue to experience various players in other countries. Shot there from Fry, back over to Esther Chi. Coach Holloway Chi, the head coach, Team Malaysia. It's Esther's dad. Always great to chat with. Their schedule, Malaysia very strict, very, wow, again on the left lane. Another 7-10 left lane for City. They did get a chance to, they flew in to visit New York and practice either in New York, New Jersey, but they definitely got a chance to visit New York. And so that was one of the highlights so far of this trip. Of course, another one would be if one were to win. Puhalski got that look in her eye, although it's the same look generally. That looked like a shot she liked. The result certainly was grand. A couple players you're just kind of waiting for to make a little noise this season. So a lot of players, or a lot of people, I should say, a lot of fans, and including myself, thought Shannon would have a Player of the Year type season, and she still very well could. But she generally has that kind of that one event where you got to remember who she is, so to speak. Like, oh man, don't sleep on Shannon Puhalski. And then all of a sudden, 3-4 events in a row, and she's near the top in every one of them. Yeah. See right there, I think she's had that type of look a little bit here early in the season. If you give her that in a few more games, I mean, we got 5 more games left. Or 4, excuse me. No, I was right, 5. Amanda Fry struck over on that pair. Let's give you a quick look at Tania Moore. And stopped by a 9-pin on a 6-bagger. We'll keep it here while we go over some standings after 18 games. Erin McCarthy still your leader at plus 640. In second, Esther Chi at plus 600. Siti Rahman third at plus 583. Jordan Richard fourth at plus 576. Danielle McEwen fifth at plus 560. Maria Jose Rodriguez sixth at plus 557. Cindy Jane seventh at plus 515. Stephanie Johnson is eighth at plus 495. Brandy Branca is ninth at plus 455. And 10th is Liz Johnson at plus 443. Brianna Cote is 11th at plus 441. Josie Barnes is 12th at plus 440. Just outside the number at the moment, Liz Colkin is 13th at plus 438. Shannon O'Keefe is 14th at plus 435. Dasha Kovalova is 15th at plus 429. Pluhowski on a 5-bagger, looking for 6. That's got to hurry. And a hair quick there. Did Shan, and she leaves the 137. No 7-10 there on the left lane for City. Other numbers, Kelly Kulik 16th at plus 417. Sydney Brumman 17th at plus 411. Verity Crawley 18th at plus 402. Trisha Reed 19th at plus 392. Shannon Pluhowski is 20th at plus 387. Can get back on track here. And the 6-pin. So this one will ultimately turn into a 220-plus game for Shannon. There'll be some pins out there, certainly. Just like to have that 9th frame shot back. Jordan Richard, boy, just her 3rd event. She bowled the Queens. This is her 2nd standard event after bowling last week in East Hartford, made the top 12. And now is not only in good position to make the round of 12, but she's got step ladder final look. Her ball reaction is pretty solid, to say the least. So is Erin McCarthy's. How about Esther G? She's been money all week. One final look here at Shannon Pluhowski. .222. Nice game from Tania Moore. 233. City, I don't think she's liked this pair very much. Amanda Fry has done a nice job, of course, after missing a 7-pin in the 6th frame. She's now in the 250, so it's a great look at someone being able to battle and put the mental errors behind you, stay mentally firm, mentally tough, and still finish this thing in the way it should be finished. Plus 328. Look at a different piece of equipment that's probably going to get some play. That's City Ramen. Jordan Richard, 7-pin for the young rook. Jay Rich, 213. Aaron McCarthy, spare, strike, spare, 5-bagger. Half a dozen. McCarthy looking to finish it out here. Final shot. Well, 246 for Aaron. And we're on to game 4 here this morning. Cashier's round action here at the Louisville Open. Back with you in a moment, folks. Emil Williams Jr., Jason Thomas, Jeff Goodger, Neil Milligan, Kathy Wadka, Kathy Kavicki. Here at Fern Valley Strike and Spare. This is Bowl TV on Extra Frame. righty. Game 4 this morning underway. As many of you join us. Of course, we started at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain, 5 a.m. Pacific. So some of you just joining us for the first time. If you are, welcome. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Pleased to be here with you. Jason Thomas, Jeff Goodger, Tennille Milligan, Kathy Kavicki, Kathy Wadka. On-site staff here this week in Louisville, Kentucky. Fern Valley Strike and Spare. This is the round of 32. 8 games today, 8 games this morning. We'll cut the field to the top 12. They will bowl 6 additional games at 1 p.m. We'll have a stepladder final. Well, stepladder finals, I should say, at 5 p.m. All times Eastern. Shot there from Caitlin Simpson. See Trisha Reed here, one of the lefties. Made the round of 32. Again, Trisha Reed, Natalie Goodman, Shannon Blahowski, Amanda Fry. I think I'm missing one, but there's a minimum of 4. Josie Barnes, last week's champion. Tanya Rao-Mimper talked about international players and presence from Indonesia. For a couple years, she was the best player collegiately at Wichita State. Two in front of the 10 for Josie, Stephanie Schwartz. Another talented rookie. Finishing up school at Stephen F. Austin, so she'll be looking to figure out, and is currently figuring out, how much she will be able to bowl in the month of August when school resumes. Shot there from Kelly Kulik. Let's update you on some scores here. Round of 32. After 3 games this morning, 19 games total. Again, total pins. Even when we get to the round of 12. Plus 686 for Erin McCarthy. She is your leader. Esther Chi in second at plus 644. Rodrigo Jose Rodriguez is third at plus 604. Jordan Richard fourth at plus 589. Sitsi Rahman is fifth at plus 576. Danielle McEwen is sixth at plus 564. Stephanie Johnson eighth at plus 539. Josie Barnes is ninth at plus 485. Liz Colkin 10th at plus 476. Let's look at Rowman per shot here. She's chatting with Josh Blanchard, their Team EBI reps. Caitlin Simpson can play. I think it was Rochester, where she was game away or two from making the stepladder finals. So we look at Kelly Kulick. Finishing the standings in 11th, Brandy Branca, plus 453. And speaking of Kelly, she is 12th at plus 452. Couple of tough breaks in the split form for Tricia on the right lane. That's that notion that we talked to Nathan Bohr yesterday for a few minutes about the lane pattern and how they were different from rounds 1 and 2. And he said round 1 was a little more blended. Round 2, you started to see the lanes get more clipped. If you got the ball in, it may just kind of skate down the lane and leave yourself a 2-pin type combination, a bucket, a washout, a 7-10. We've seen a little bit of that today. Not sure if it's the exact same, and at some point we'll chat with a rep to see what the lanes are doing in their opinion as well as the players. As we get a look at 33 and 34 here for the first time here in this game. I know Shannon Puhalski is striking, but I'm just not sure how many. Oh, it's Shannon Puhalski I was referencing. She might be in the 9th frame or the 10th. I think she's gone spare, spare, spare. 6-bagger at this point. Back to the standings for a minute. There was a tie for 12th with Kelly Kulik and Brianna Kote at plus 452. Shannon O'Keefe is 14th at plus 447. If Shannon doesn't make the top 12, it would certainly be the lowest finish of her season to this point. We've still got plenty of games left. But just to give you a sense of what Shannon O'Keefe has done here at the beginning of the season. Josie's ball is just, it's not hitting very hard, needless to say. Good break for Sid. That's a 3-bagger. 3 over to Trisha Reed. Trying to triple. Sydney Brummett right now 15th, tied for 15th at plus 434, along with Dasha Kovalova. Liz Johnson is 17th, plus 429. Trisha Reed is 18th at plus 419. Verity Crawley 19th at plus 417. Shannon Pluhowski is 20th at plus 409. Amanda Fry 21st at plus 382. Stephanie Schwartz 22nd at plus 364. Sabrina Davis plus 363 in 23rd. I mean, still a lot of players an opportunity to get to the round of 12. Still a lot of things that could happen. Caitlin Simpson 28th at plus 329. That one won't help in the 10th frame. Kelly Kulik in a tie for 12th. Let's look at her. Kells, shot. Over to Trisha Reed, working on a 3-bagger. She is 18th at the moment. Uh-oh. Wow. That's a great break there. 4 in a row for Trisha. So T. Reed working hard. Pluhowski striking over on 39. Can Josie Barnes find the right angle? Gets the 10 out. How about Caitlin Simpson? And she makes something happen here. The 1, 2, 10. Huh. Goodness gracious, stop it. Why does it do that? Why? Bowling, why? 187 there for Caitlin. Tanya, she's working on a 5-bagger. And a 4-pin. 4 in a row. Looking like 5. Bang. Bluhowski, she's not going to shoot 300. I confirm that. And I don't know it because the monitor is down up top on lane 40. So I had to ask someone, how many does she have in a row? The magic word was she had 3 spares in the front portion of the game. So I think she's going to be in the 260s. Maybe not. If she has to shoot the spare, then it's probably the 250s. Well, it might be the 260s. And if that's the case, Shannon will probably be either 12th or just inside or outside that number. So I'll say she'll be somewhere between 10th and 15th. But she's going to move up, certainly. Verity Crawley on a run of her own. Spare will give Verity 249. Liz Johnson working hard. Wife Kasha came to visit Liz this week. She had an interesting story on how she got here. $249 for Crawley, $190 for Natalie Goodman and Sydney Brummett, who is currently 15th in a tie, plus 434. Chance to also potentially move into the top 12 after this game. We see Josie, didn't see her, but 35. Get another 7-10. She might have to think about a ball change potentially. Let's wrap around on the 10 pin. is Culkin. Over on 37 as game 5 is underway. Nice game for Sid. O'Keefe, Culkin. If you are joining us now, let me know. Appreciate getting up early. Maybe you've got your coffee this morning. Maybe a little breakfast. I had a little breakfast this morning. For those of you who have listened to me for a while at this point, know that I'm a tea as opposed to a coffee individual. But coffee has now become a part of life, and I don't know how to feel about it. I have coffee now at least twice a week, at minimum twice. And I'm also getting kind of bougie in my coffee wants as well. Now it's kind of got to be. I'm right now. It's Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts is the go-to, and I think it's just the ease of the order. The Starbucks is kind of intimidating. There's just too much. It's 2 scoops of this and the pump of that and whatnot. Yeah, I'm a simple guy, so just go ahead and give me the cream and sugar, yes. Or I figured out, I can say easy cream and sugar or something like that. But I don't know how to feel about this coffee thing. I feel like I gotta stop it at some point. Or find a different caffeine source, which was tea, which I still have, certainly. So, but if you've got your coffee, enjoy it. Maybe you popped in your Keurig. Get your breakfast. Read your newspaper if you still do that. I'm old school, so I would have a newspaper, not the online version. I'd read it. And then I might give it to the wife to coupon. And then I'll recycle it. Steph Johnson back on 33 and 34. First frame split. Dasha Kovalova. Gonna deal with a washout, open frame. It's that game where it kind of feels like the lull is about to take place, or it could be this game. It's like the excitement of competition beginning, then you get into it, then there's a small little lull, as the players kind of try to get re-energized as the block is ongoing, and you see the snacks. We've already seen, I've seen more snacks being eaten in the last game and a half or so. And about that time, kind of almost 2 solid hours of competition. feel like chatting, I'll be happy to chat with you. Just say hello in our Live Now posts. Maybe I'll say hello first. I've never done that. Maybe we'll give that a whirl. Let's get a look at 35 and 36. Brandy Branca, Amanda Falk. Nice job by Amanda Falk to get out, and it's the second event she's bowled this season. I think she bowled Vegas. Maybe the Queens, but definitely Vegas. Or maybe it was Southern California. I don't remember. She lives in Arizona. It was definitely on the West Coast. Falk and Dasha Kovalova again, along with Brandy Branca. Kovalova is getting there each and every week. She's well on her way to being a consistent round of 12 player. I think she's already, you could almost should be able to kind of pencil her into the round of 32. She's really gotten to that point, in my opinion. And now it's the consistent reps of getting into the round of 12 and what you need, the mentality you need to have to make sure you're there each and every week. right after Brandy's shot, we'll take a look at 37 and 38, which began with that crew there. Liz Culkin just struck. O'Keefe. Ooh. A-pin was trouble. Wow. Liz certainly can go left to right. There's a couple players this week that certainly able to get in. Almost everyone, in fact, could really get into your comfort zone early. Sabrina Davis gets the 10 out. She's a player who likes to see the ball kept in front of her. Even when she has to move left, for example, she won't really give away, for example, the 1-3. She's not going, she's not doing what Liz Culkin just did, for example. Some interesting hits that Shannon is getting here on this pair at this moment. Folks, be sure to follow us if you haven't already. Be sure to follow the PWBA on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PWBA Tour. I don't think Liz liked that one. Just wasn't. I think that was one of the best shots, of course, she's thrown, and she knew it. Maybe one good look here at Sabrina again. Casey Land, who started with the front four spare open. Spare starting to look a little weird. There's Brandy Branca. Not quietly, but Brandy has had an excellent event so far. You want to say quiet, and I sometimes tend to say that. I said it about Natalie Goodman because you kind of looked up, and when Natalie had, she was making some noise. Brandy was in the top 5 for a little bit yesterday. And right now in 10th. We'll get to the numbers in just 1 second. O'Keefe has managed a 4-bagger. An 8-pin barely going down. Nearly a 7-pin on one shot. Kovalova, good shot. Here's Stephanie Johnson. Good shot for Amanda Falk, and now 10th frame over on 37 and 38. Let's get you there. Sabrina Davis. Sabrina pretty tall, and that's how you know she's feeling the shot there. She got down. Now on a 5-bagger. Well, week 10 again for Davis. .264 for Shannon O'Keefe. We'll let Liz Culkin finish things out. All right, Liz Culkin has wrapped things up here. 10th frame, Dasha. Big shot. That's a big shot there. That puts her in the 220s. Rank at 213, 198 from Amanda Falk. We'll get into scores here after this game is complete. Ball was about right over 15. Dasha, another player who won't really give the 1-3 away. In fact, she joked at the Queens that she was playing 8 and then she had to get left and play 15. But she is slowly but surely adding more versatility to her game. So as I mentioned before, so she can become a complete player where she's in the top 12. You can just kind of pencil her in every week. She's certainly got the talent. Again, right over 15, high flush, and a very nice 235. All right, final pair here, 33-34. Max score for Johnson, 193. See how much damage Steph will do here. 191 is certainly, I think, one of the best situations you can ask for in a 2-strike until the 10th frame type game. Scored relatively low on this pair. Casey had a good start. Final shot here, Sin Lee Jane. .218 for Jane Sin, and we're heading to game number 6. While we have a moment, folks, let's go over the scores here after 4 games this morning, and then think about what we just saw. So Erin McCarthy leading the way at +696. That was after 20 games. Esther Chi second, +689. Maria Jose Rodriguez has moved into third at +620. Stephanie Johnson, is fourth at plus 603, but just shot 191. Maybe a little movement there, maybe not. Danielle McEwen is fifth at plus 599. Jordan Richards sixth at plus 593. Seventh is was City Ramen plus 590. Jinli Jane is eighth at plus 553. Dasha Kovalova ninth at plus 512. Brandy Branca was 10th at plus 506. Liz Koken was 11th at plus 501. And Kelly Kulick was 12th at plus 488. Sydney Brummett was 13th at plus 480 and a tie for 14th. Shannon Pluhowski and Josie Barnes. Pluhowski did shoot 266 in Game 4 this morning, and that put her into 14th place. So again, Shannon making that run like we talked about this morning. Speaking of Maria Jose Rodriguez, just saw her strike yet again. She's on 33 and 34. I want to say hello to everyone who has checked in on our Live Now post. Appreciate you. Hello, Margaret. From the ATL, as always, Steve. Hello to you. Empathizing with the coffee situation. Yeah, mine. My coffee tastes are not developed, and I'm okay with that. I think the more they get developed, the more that I might like it, and the more that would scare me. So I'm going to try to keep it simple and hopefully not, be on it too much. But it's decent, I think. I do understand the differences of good and bad coffee, or even decent coffee, because there's some bad coffee out there. Sal. Wow, Sal's watching from Syracuse, bowling the Open Championships, the USBC Open Championships. It's okay, Sal. You got 6 more games, doubles and singles. The pattern is pretty tough, though. I'll tell you that. As you probably have found out and watched for yourself. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Just past the 10 o'clock hour, 10:15 Eastern Time on a Saturday morning. 3 games left before we cut to the top 12. Stephanie Johnson off to a much better start, early double on 35 and 36. It's a good pair to keep an eye on. Let's see where Giselle Poss was in the standings, because she's got Danielle McEwen and Maria Jose Rodriguez with her. Poss at plus 308. I mean, she's got a long way to go. It can be done in 3 games, but plenty of bowling action ongoing today as well. We've got Senior Masters over on Bowl TV. Be sure to check that out. Say hello to my man Matt Cannizzaro, my homie. Over on on Extra Frame. bowling in one of the extra frame events in Lubbock this week. I think South Plains. Keep your eyes on Andrew Anderson. Young man with, needless to say, his future is bright. Already a two-time winner on the PBA Tour this season, including the USBC Masters he won last week. I believe it was in Jonesboro. Well, Rodriguez continuing to strike here. Let's take a look at Casey Landers. She's on 35. All right, right now we're watching, again, Cindy Jane, Casey Landers, and Stephanie Johnson. If you're just joining us and maybe unfamiliar with who Jane is, she won the Wichita Open last season, part of Team Malaysia. Finished second in Detroit in 2016 and fifth, I believe, in, if I recall, at the 2016 USBC Queens. Part of a very strong Malaysian contingent who won the gold medal at the World Bowling World Championships in 2017. Also won the gold medal, team gold medal in the SEA Games, the Southeast Asian Games. And they're looking to do the same later this year in August when they bowl the Asian Games in Indonesia. Steph J, again, front 3-9 spare. And happy to be off so far. It looks like off 33 and 34. On our best shot there as we move over to Danielle McEwen. Poss. So trying to make a little run here. Adasha Kovalova has started strong. This pair are pretty solid so far. 37 and 38. Amanda Falk, Brandy Brinka, and Dasha Kovalova. Check our score update here momentarily. Be sure to share, folks. Let people know where you're watching, what you're watching. Doors on extraframe.tv. Hey, Brian. Oh, those are very, very steep words right there, Brian. I appreciate it. I couldn't call myself that as of yet. Well, I guess technically I didn't. You did. So, but nonetheless, appreciate you tuning in, sir. Good bounce back from Dasha. Missed a single pin. In the fifth frame, we'll head over to 35 and 36 as the action continues to mount. Casey Landers with 5 in a row. That's got to push or cross over and go Jersey or Brooklyn, whichever you prefer. It's a much needed break sometimes that you need. You need breaks like that every now and then to be successful. Stephanie Johnson looking for a triple. Wow, what a shot. Those are the shots that you look back and say, come on. Sometimes not living and dying, but not this early. A shot like that later in the round of 12, for example, could be costly. Sin Lee Jane. Take a look at her ball roll. It's going forward. I talked about it maybe earlier today or yesterday, but one of the things that makes her very good just to be able to, she can ramp it up and keep the ball online and change her ball roll, which is a little forward in a sense. Not a lot of side rotation. A rare miss there for Steph Johnson. Quick peek over at 33 and 34. Casey Landers. 6 in a row. Big shot here coming up for Casey. And she buried it. Update still sitting after 20 games as we await, which is so we're waiting for our update. So Landers, I'm not sure what she shot in the previous game. She was at plus 350. prior to Game 5 this morning. If she can finish this game, again, without even knowing what she did shoot prior to, she'll be flirting with the number. Other scores brewing over on 37 and 38. Amanda Falk trying to make a little noise late here as well. But first, Casey Landers. Boy, would have loved to have that one. It's all right, she has to make the spare here. Now Amanda Falk, same situation. She's able to kick the 7. She's in the 250s. Kovalova. Double for Kovalova. She'll be in the 250. She's letter B on the screen. Stephanie, good bounce back shot in the 9th. As we watch Brandy Branca here. First shot in the 10th. Danielle McEwen leaves a 4-pin over on 34 in the 9th frame. And Casey all over that 7-pin. Looks like we got a 21 game update in the building, but I don't have it. That's no good. Let's see if I can clear my cache or something. Quick peek over at Steph. 268, Amanda Falk. That's huge. Jordan Richard. She's going to be in the 220s over on 31 and 32. Maria Jose Rodriguez. First shot in the 10th, and Maria, you know, she's due. And she's been putting the ball in the 1-3 all week. She's been bowling well, been one of the most consistent players out on tour since the relaunch, especially the last 2 seasons. Dasha will take that. She has made 2 step-ladder finals appearances, 1 in 16, 1 in 17. Rodriguez didn't like it. Kovalova, second shot, 10th frame. Bang, get out of there, 8-pin. So yeah, she just wheeled it down. So Rodriguez is going to be in the 240s. Her spot in the round of 12, not in question. In fact, the question for her is potentially, can she get to the top spot? Danielle McEwen. DMAC can get to the 250s if that math is correct, what I see on the scoreboard there. Can't see at the bottom. .268, if I'm not mistaken. Or 255, I beg your pardon, for Dasha, 268 for Amanda Falk. As Danielle looks to finish it out. All right, game 6 is complete. We got 2 games left. Let's see if I can update you here. I can see the update on the screen locally, not online. Right now the number, top 12 was plus 512, and that was Liz Colkin. But Liz needs them all for 196, so she might take a little dip in the standings. Esther Chi moved up to the top spot at plus 701, followed by Erin McCarthy at plus 686, Danielle McEwen third at plus 664, Siti Rahman fourth at plus 622, Maria Jose Rodriguez fifth at plus 611, Jordan Richard is sixth at plus 607, Stephanie Johnson is seventh at plus 594, Cindy Jean was eighth at plus 571, Dasha Kovalova was ninth at plus 547, Sydney Brummett, 532. Brandy Brinker, 519. Liz Colkin, 512. O'Keefe and Pluhowski at plus 504 and plus 501, respectively. So both Shannons knocking on the door of the round of 12. I was after 21 games. Game 7 of 8 this morning from the PWBA Louisville Open. Emil Williams Jr. Bull TV on Extra Frame. This is the 6th event of the 2018 PWBA season. And what a great opportunity it is to be here in Louisville, Kentucky. First time the tour has been back to this city since 2002. Hope to have your 22 game update here. In fact, it is up. And Esther Chi is in first at plus 736. Danielle McEwen has moved into second. Plus 720. McEwen. Wow. Danielle, you know, I asked the question, who's the best player on tour right now? And you know, it could be a couple of answers, and you wouldn't be wrong. The results obviously don't lie. But, I mean, Danielle McEwen, every week she started to give us that thing to look forward to from her, where she does something that not that we shouldn't expect that she does it, but she's starting to be in that realm weekly where now you've got to be on the Danielle McEwen watch, because you know she's going to do something spectacular, and that's what she's doing now. 244, 224, 204. Last three, 235, 265, 256. She's got one of the highest blocks so far. And it looks like the highest at the moment after 6 games at 1428. And with the front three right now. In fact, let's take a look at her. That loud support of Yale was for Shannon Pluhowski. She's got the front 5. She may have carried something in the 5th frame. There's solid Trisha Reed. Looks like she left a nasty 9-pin. Both Reed and Pluhowski. And I'm going to finish the standings in just 1 second. And so I'll wait to not give it away. But I'll just say that both Reed and Pluhowski qualified 20th and 21st respectively in the round of 32. Here's McEwen. Front 3. And high. Wow, wait, what just happened? Did that fall? Well, that's a good break for DMAC. She'll take that. Wow. Just saw the delayed there online. Very nice break. The pin that went over on the side, tipped into the 10, into the 6. McEwen, can she capitalize? She can. 5 in a row for Danielle McEwen, and let's get back to the standings. Erin McCarthy is third at plus 679. Siti Rahman is fourth at plus 657. Maria Jose Rodriguez is fifth at plus 656. Jordan Richard is sixth at plus 630. Sinley Jane is seventh at plus 629. Stephanie Johnson is eighth at plus 627. Dasha Kovalova is ninth at plus 602. Verity Crawley is 10th at plus 547. And there's a tie for the final spot, but it's 11th and 12th. So there's a tie for 11th, I should say. There's not a tie for the final spot. That would mean a roll-off. So there's a tie for 11th, which encompasses 2 spots at plus 534, Trisha Reed and Sydney Brummett. Brandy Branca is 13th at plus 530, and Shannon Pluhowski, who has the front 7. Were you guys listening? Was anyone on when I talked about Pluhowski this morning? And I said the way her ball was hitting the pins and going through the 1-2, this would be one of those Shannon moments where she could make a run. It's happening. 5:15 is Pluhowski. Again, she has the front 7. Liz Johnson is 15th at plus 508. Liz Culkin is 16th at plus 507. Shannon O'Keefe, 17th at plus 505. Kelly Kulik in range at plus 495 and 18th. Sabrina Davis. Pluhowski with the front 8 at plus 489. Cote, 20th at plus 481. Kewen with the front 6. We've got Pluhowski with the front 8. Make it front 7 for DMAC. Wow. Dueling situations right now, folks, as McEwen is in second. And depending on what happens here, could be in the lead heading into the round of 12. Shannon Pluhowski is 2 spots out of the top 12 with the front 8 working. Don't have the best angle. We've got an extra camera, but the angle, you would actually be going through tripods and players actually to get through to the pin, so it'll be tough to get there. But Let's try it anyway. Front 9 for Pluhowski. And a 4-pin for McEwen. Again, terrible angle, folks. Apologize for it. That's all we can give you. But that's Pluhowski, front 9. Not one of her better shots. But she does leave something makeable. She's not pleased. There's Jeff Goodger. It's his fault. We know it. We know the media. Just blame the media, right? That's what everyone does. Blame the media. Looks like Shannon left a 1-3, 6-10. So that actually is not the easiest spare, but certainly makeable. All right, she takes care of it. A little smile from Shannon. I'd love to see Shannon Pluhowski smile because she doesn't do it much when she's bowling. Well, here's what's happened, folks. So 270 plus. We'll wait for the final number. Pluhowski is now inside the round of 12 number. Trisha Reed just struck again. And she was tied with Sydney Brummett for that final spot. So Pluhowski shoots 276. Quick look at Jordan Richard. City made a couple of shows last year. Made the show in a major, the Players' Championship. You can already tell that with Shannon Pluhowski shooting 276 and moving inside the number, Trisha Reed, Sydney Brummett, depending on what Brandy Branca, Liz Johnson, Liz Colkin are doing. May come down to those players. DZ3. Maria. Just wanted to get into the 230s. Didn't have the best footing at the release point there. Didn't bother her though. Able to make the adjustment at the foul line. And the striker will get it at 232. And now Jay Rich, missed opportunity here in this 10th frame. Leaving a 4-6 McEwen 10th frame. Bang, good shot. That's 237 for those may not be able to see it clearly in the 9th frame. .232 for Rodriguez. McEwen, one more to get into the 260s. DMAC does not like it at all. Shakes her head. I mean, that just goes to show you, folks, how good Danielle really is. I read off the scores to you. And she is not happy. She lets you know when she's not happy. From an emotional standpoint, she doesn't show much. But she will, you can decipher when she is okay, okay with a shot, happy with a shot, or certainly just does not like a shot. And she's not happy. She knows she left pins out there. That's 267. Or 268. Or 67, I beg your pardon. That's 10 pins. Is it going to matter much in the long run? No, considering where she is. She's second. But Esther Chi either shot 192 or 213. And either one of those won't be enough to remain in first place. So Danielle McEwen is going to be the leader heading into the final game here in the round of 32. Talked to DMAC last week about, I don't even remember if it was last week at this point. I think it was last week, about leading and her wanting to change her mindset and how she thinks when she is in the lead, kind of the front runner, and not wanting to put too much pressure on herself to continue to lead. Now that situation was different. She was the leader after qualifying, so going into the round of 32, that was her mindset. She came from behind at this point to take the lead. And she looks pretty solid, and she may have the lead heading into the round of 12. We'll see what happens. Erin McCarthy, nicely done, 245. She too may go around Esther Chi. No, that's not going to be enough to go around her. So it should go Danielle McEwen, Esther Chi, Erin McCarthy. Maria Jose shot 232. That might be enough to go around City. So a little shakeup up top, but of course we'll find out what's going on at the bottom of the standings between 9th and really probably 15th to 16th. Final game of the round of 32, folks, is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Be back with you momentarily. You're watching the 2018 PWBA Louisville Open. First time Professional Women's Bowling Association has been in Louisville since 2002. The last game of the round of 32 next here, Bowl TV on Extra Frame. All right, final game this morning. Got Shannon Pulhowski and Amanda Fry, so at least we will know what Shannon shot. A couple pairs who have yet to begin the final game. Actually, it's more than a couple. Shannon was missing a 9-pin. Re-rack the pins there. Get a full rack. And we'll watch Caitlin Simpson at the moment. Strike for Caitlin, and now to Pluhowski. We'll also get a chance to see Trisha Reed. So 2 players who came in this morning 20th and 21st. And now both enter the, I should say, move on to the round of 12 potentially together. Now speaking of Reed and Pluhowski, made significant runs in this morning's competition. All right, we're all square for 23 games. Danielle McEwen has moved into the top spot, as we mentioned, at plus 777. This is not Vegas. It's a good number, though. Put that on the lottery, the old lottery machine. Esther Chi second at plus 728. Erin McCarthy is third at plus 724. CT Rahman is fourth at plus 704. Maria Jose Rodriguez is fifth at plus 688. Jordan Richard is sixth at plus 640. Daria Kovalova seventh at plus 636. Sin Lee Jane is eighth at plus 626. Stephanie Johnson is 9th at plus 604. Sydney Brummett is 10th at plus 601. Brandy Branca is 11th at plus 598. And Shannon Pluhowski, again, moving into the number. She is 12th by 40 pins at plus 591. Liz Culkin is 13th at plus 551. Liz Johnson 14th at plus 529. Sabrina Davis and Verity Crawley tied at plus 521 and 15th. Trisha Reed 17th at plus 517. Shannon O'Keefe is 18th at plus 504. Brianna Cote 19th at plus 491. Sandra Gongora is 20th at plus 487. All right. So it's going to take some efforts from a couple players if they want to make the top 12. Probably going to need a little help from those inside that number. Brummett shot 267 to move into the number, or to move up, I should say. Branca shot 268 to move into the number. And of course, Pluhowski shot 276. Trisha Reed went from tied for 11th to 17th after shooting 183. lefty to another. Take a look at Kelly Kulik. That pair off and running already, a few strikes, however. Yikes, just as I say that. Big four there for Kulik. Kelly shot 159. Game 7. Drop down to 22nd at plus 454. Verity Crawley has started with the front four. Crawley's at plus 521. We'll keep an eye on her. Shannon right now trying to not only maintain but put some more pins in between 12th, where she is, in 13th, whoever that may be at the end of this round. She's coming off a grand game of shooting 276. Right now, the number. No doubles. Caitlin Simpson will go first here on 35 and 36. Trying to wheel him down. That won't help. Josie is 23rd at the moment at plus 453. Not sure she's going to have enough at this point. Never know. Stephanie Schwartz, 26, a very good week for another young rookie. Barnes makes the spare. Verity Crawley has the front 5, by the way. And Verity Crawley has the front 6. So few scores I'm trying to keep an eye on, but hard to see right now. Liz Johnson and Liz Culkin. Bulhowski struck in the 7th, looking for her first double of the game. I think if Shannon can get to 2-0 here, I think that would be enough. Trisha Reed, 2 splits already this game. Best she can do is shoot 214. That doesn't look like it's going to be enough. That strike right there may have just sealed it potentially for Shannon. One more. Great bowling so far this week for Trisha Reed. Bowls a couple of events per year. I should say has bowled a couple of events. She bowled a couple last year. And I feel that she bowled recently. I don't remember which one. I don't know why I'm blanking. Might have been the Queens. Verity Crawley. Again, front 6, or excuse me, front 7. And gets a late love tap on the 10 pin. She's already got 1-300 this game, or excuse me, this event. That was yesterday. So at plus 521, Crawley with each strike is working her way into the number. Sydney Brummett at plus 601, trying to stay in the number. And that just put a capper on the day of Trish. She left one of those previous game. Stephanie Schwartz a 3-bagger to the left, but it's Pluhowski's time here. I think the first one will get it done. Bang! Verity Crawley, meanwhile, with the front 9. Crawley making it interesting. At plus 521. So Shannon's going to be, if she makes this at 213, unofficially at plus 604. I thought the first one should have just about done it. Obviously, you need them all, of course, to always keep it in mind. Be sure. Verity Crawley is now stepping up on lane 32. See what type of brutal angle we can get for you here. You probably won't be able to see much. See the 10 pin standing. So worst Crawley can do is shoot 267 at this point. Would have gotten her around 280 plus, actually would have gotten her around Shannon Pluhowski. So plus 600 is the best Verity Crawley can do. Nice bowling. Trisha Reed. She will come up short of the top 12. Very nice bowling nonetheless. Same thing to Stephanie Schwartz. Going to finish strong. That's your 2018 Intercollegiate Singles Champion on the women's side. Crawley shoots 277. That puts her at plus 598. All right, Schwartz finishes with 234. And now, Kulik. She had the back five, 2, 4, 8, 10. Was it going to be enough to make a run at the top 12? Looks like Sydney Brummett got into the 220s that game. So she'll be safe in the round of 12 also. Brummett at plus 624 unofficially. Unsure what Brandy Branca shot. Kelly always having a little fun with the crowd, even when things aren't going well. Final shots in the round of 32 brought to you by Josie Barnes. Last week's East Hartford Open champion. Will not have enough to advance to the round of 12 today. So right now, some new faces in the crowd. 3 Malaysians. 2 rookies. We'll see who else may have joined them or just missed it. Big thanks to Kathy Watka, always handling the scoring and the volunteer staff here who is helping Kathy bring in those scores here from the, I want to say from the Greater Louisville Bowling Association here, the Louisville USBC. Appreciate you tuning in, Jeff. Yeah, it's good every now and then. See a little higher scores. All right, Tennille is on the mic, I think. And we'll keep it live, of course, as we get the final number. If Tennille is chatting, we can't hear her. But nonetheless, we'll have the cut number for you here in just a few minutes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes round 3 of the PWBA Louisville Open. Ladies, please add up those score sheets and turn them into the tournament office behind lanes 35 and 36. Please give us a few minutes to verify the scores, and we'll announce who our top 12 will be. We will advance at 1
Top 12 announcement. Here it is.
At plus 802 is Aaron McCarthy.
Aaron McCarthy, your leader, plus 802.
Second is Danielle McEwen. Third is Esther Chi. Qualifying fourth at plus 708 is Jordan Richard. In fifth is Maria Rodriguez. Qualifying sixth, Cindy Rockman. In seventh is Lee Jane Sin at plus 663. Qualifying eighth, Stephanie Johnson at plus 661.
Wow.
In ninth is Daria Kovalova.
Boy,
Qualifying 10th, Sydney Drummond.
that's some high scores.
Qualifying 11th is Shannon Wachowski.
Wachowski at 604.
And final qualifier at plus 598 is Verity Crawley.
Verity Crawley shoots 277 to make the top 12. Shannon Puhalski is 11th. Check the scores. Of course, on PWBA.com. We'll take a break. Competition will resume at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 p.m. Eastern with a round of 12. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the round of 12. Here on Bowl TV on Extra Frame. So for Jason Thomas, Jeff Goodger, Tennille Milligan, Kathy Waka, Kathy Kavicki, the entire tournament staff, and everyone here at Fern Valley Strike and Spare, we'll see you at 1 p.m. Eastern. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Enjoy the little time that we have prior to competition, and we look forward to seeing you then here at Bowl TV on Extra Frame.